One of the biggest, if not the single biggest challenge in the game of golf is moving on after a bad shot. So why is it so difficult to move on after such a negative outcome? The reason has to do with visualization. So visualization is a very powerful tool in sports psychology that can be used for both good and bad. The good, which we will cover another time, is using visualization in real time to essentially simulate a shot or pattern so that it becomes ingrained in your mind. But there's another side to visualization, a darker side, which is because of something in our brain called mirror neurons. When we visualize something very deeply and very vividly, our body cannot differentiate whether that thing is just being visualized in my mind or whether that thing is actually happening to me. Now, when it comes to a bad experience, such as a really poor shot in golf, replaying it in your mind as you walk to the next hole, as you get ready for the recovery shot, all of those things, if they're vivid and detailed, they essentially have the same impact on your body as the actual shot. In other words, the cortisol, the fight or flight response, the stress reaction is just activated again and again and again. One very simple way to imagine an analogy for this. If you go through a toll on a highway, you have to pay to get on the toll road. Visualizing and replaying negative shots in your mind again and again is like going through a toll, driving maybe 1 or 2 kilometers or miles up, and then thinking, I think I'm going to circle back and go through the toll again. I want to pay again. You would never do that, right? It's painful enough to pay for one toll. That's what visualizing does after bad shots. And so, as hard as it is, we have to learn the art of letting go. Not because we might feel better or because it might lead to a better shot, but because to stop the negative stress response in its tracks. Until you really understand and appreciate how, right? The how of why it's so difficult to recover from bad shots, it's very difficult to make the correction. So in future videos and sessions, we will talk often about the art of letting go, controlling the controllables, coming back to the present moment, using progressive muscle relaxation. But none of that matters until you really deeply understand and appreciate why is it so hard to move on after a bad shot. So simply put, to start off with, do not overpay for your mistakes. Mistakes are expensive to begin with. Don't overpay for your mistakes. Don't go through the toll again. Acknowledge it, accept it, and then move on using the tools that we often talk about in these sessions.